Welcome to Carlubetv. In this video, we're going to continue the Scirocco's modifying journey. On this miserable, wet, dank day, the R is filthy. We're slip sliding around. And there's a weird smell in the air. Who's done that? This weather shouldn't inhibit our fun today though, because we're going to do some modifications inside the Scirocco R today. We have carried out a number of interior mods on my Scirocco R already. My beautiful Alcantara steering wheel adds that exciting tactile feel every time I pilot my car. Guys, that feels really good. Honestly, if you've never driven a car with an Alcantara steering wheel, you're missing the sixth wonder of the world. My cup holder supplied to me by Hion Boost supports and caresses my soft drinks whilst I'm chucking the car into the twisty bits. Extremely successfully. We have a cool limo tinted sun strip. Admittedly, for brighter days than today, to keep that pesky sun out of my eyes. You won't see any trailing wires over here. We've got my wireless fast charger, keeping my phone topped up to the brim at all times. We cured the relentless and trigger-provoking squeaky dash pods. I've had to give myself a serious pat on the back for that genius solution. We installed a permanent new member of staff to the windscreen, recording all of my journeys, called VFO. She's a doll. And we boosted the sound and functionality with an aftermarket head unit and a 12-inch subwoofer. This links us quite nicely into today's modifications. We're going to upgrade the door speakers. Get in! Here are the speakers that I've procured to replace the standard VW speakers, obviously made by Pioneer, as you can see there. They were suggested to be the best ones that would offer a good upgrade for what I currently have. Inside the box we've got some speaker grills. Now I don't think we'll be using those today, as the standard door speakers have their own, the doors card has its own grate on it, but that's fine. Pop that down there, pop them both down there. We've got a wire with some spade connectors on it, and here are the speakers themselves. Let's have a look at these. Okay, and I'm not a speaker expert, but I mean, it looks like a reasonable speaker to me. It's got a good heavy magnet on the back of it. That is quite heavy. These are not on their own a direct fitment. You do need some extra things. So what we got in this box here is a harness, so it should be plug and play. And also these are like a door replacement pod, so that you can screw that into the existing place. First part of the job is to remove the door card. To remove the door card, we first of all have to take this handle off. This can be a bit tricky, but stick with it and watch what I do. Start by getting in there. There we go, first click in. And then we need to just work the tool around it. Try not to snap anything. There we go. First part off. Now we need to just get this plastic outer off as well. Start down there. Worth noting, I think I got this trim removal tool from High On Boost when I got my wing mirror caps. Again, thank you M for that. There we go. And that part is off as well. That now reveals 3 Torx screws that we need to take out. That's one. All 3 bolts are now out. We now need to get down to there and there. You'll also notice I've got my little green gardening mat to kneel on because I'm getting old. And that's 2. We just take our trim removal tool, get it in there until it pops. Let's go on this side. We now just need to remove this. There we go, like that. And there we go. Need to remove this clip here. I've just taken the hook off of the door handle, and we've also got one down there which we need to remove as well. Just push that in and that will come out. Okay guys, well we can now see the inside of the door and the first glimpse of these speakers, the standard speakers, and they are pop riveted all the way around. These do need drilling out. That one's gone. Off you pop. There we go. With all those pop rivets now removed, we can hopefully just pull this off. There we go. You're off. With both speakers out, it now gives us an opportunity to see what the difference is. These grills won't be used on these speakers because they can't be. That's the old cone and this is the new one. You might also notice the difference in height to go on there. That's where this part comes in. That effectively goes in place there, and then the speaker is screwed to that. I've also got an idea here as well. We've got a bit of bare door skin here. I'm going to put a bit of Dynamat in that and try and give it a bit of sound deadening. This is what I mean by Dynamat. I am aware that Dynamat was a brand name and this is not Dynamat, but wherever you can put this on metal, it will sort of slow down the frequency of a vibration against the panel. You don't need to put it all inside the door, which I obviously can't anyway, but I am going to put a patch in there and just try and dampen down that noise. Yeah, that'll work. Now this stuff is insanely sticky, so once it's on, but you don't have to be that precise with it. I'm just going to put a first piece in there now. Normally you would roller this on, but I don't have a roller and I couldn't get a roller in that little hole anyway. There we go. I might try and put a bit more in there, see how we get on. Okay guys, that's about as much as I can get in there. I've gone in as far as I can, sort of hand deep, and it has changed the resonance. Listen to this. Totally different now. That's quite a neat job. I'm quite happy with that. Let's get on with the speaker install. Wherever possible, if you can put a gasket between metal and plastic touching, it's a good idea. What I've got here is some draft excluder. We'll just use this around the rim just to cushion that metal against plastic contact. This is quite thin, this stuff, but it will allow us to go around the corners quite nicely, I think. This might be overkill, but if you're trying to remove or get rid of any type of vibration or rattling noises, best to do it when everything's apart. Just need to repoint the holes. And there we go, with the gasket all the way around. There we go, one of you in there. Okay, now let's put this surround on. The speaker surround is now on and screwed in there nice and tightly. Let's have a look at the speaker itself and the harness that they've supplied. You can see we've got a negative and a positive there. Small spade on that side, which is the negative, and the large one is on the positive. So I've just drilled a hole in the top there. Let's feed the spade connectors through, like that. And now that can be plugged into there. And we can test them. So the red on there. Nice and tight. Again, maybe a bit of overkill, but I'm putting a bit of gasket on the back of the speaker as well, just where it makes contact with the plastic there. Unfortunately, I already had plugged it in, and the terminal is very tight to come back off. Orientate the speaker that way. Like that. Now, I did notice the kit doesn't come with any screws here, so I've had to dash inside and grab some that I had already, which I keep dropping on the floor. Screw that in there. Okay, they're just screwed in there very loose at the moment, but I want to plug this in and test that it's all working before I button everything down. It can only go one way, it looks like. Like that. Okay. Right, let's give it some power. Let's find some no copyright music. No copyright music. It's working. With that working and proven to work, let's get that screwed in nice and tight. Again guys, just as overkill, I'm going to put a bit of silver tape on here. This whole unit needs to be as stiff as possible, and although there's 4 screws in it holding it on there and these ones on here, I just want to give it a little bit of extra, and this tape is really good for that. Okay guys, we're ready to put the door card back on, and you might notice these little rivety things. They're these. When they're depressed like that, they're kind of not usable anymore. Not all of them are. Those ones are okay, that one's okay, that one's not okay, and there's over there a couple that are okay as well. I always purchase a few of these just to make sure that when you're putting your door card back on, it does make a good fit. I've changed that one, and one down there as well. That door card is ready to go back on the car. Just need to plug the plugs in and hook that back on there. There we go. And you, my friend, can go in there. And you go in there. Need 3 pairs of hands here. Okay. So the key is to hook it over the top. Over the top. Like that. Get him loosely where he wants to be. That's the door card back on. Just need to get the screws in it now, and this side is done. The door's all tightened up. Let's get the handle on. There we go. Okay guys, that side is now completed. It's working, it's all back together. I'm now going to get on with the driver's side.
1 hour later. A little longer than a few minutes later.
Whilst I'm in here putting the door handle back on, I've just put a bit of gasket around this as well, because when you put on the handle, it does squeak make a noise, or if you rest your knee on there as well, it also squeaks. So I'm again trying to stop a squeak by putting some gasket in there, see how we get on. I think that's actually worked. It's definitely more sound deadened. We're getting rid of squeaks all over the place. Just to put the last part on now, which is this part here. And again, I'm going to put some gasket around that as well. There we go, 2 minutes later, and I've got some gasket around that trim as well. Let's see if that still fits on. And now the door is completely built up on the driver's side. Now the job is complete. Look at the mess in here. That needs to be tidied up. In there as well, gosh. We need to get rid of all the rubbish and give the car a clean. It's absolutely filthy. Okay, guys and girls, that's the job completed. Very pleased with that one. We've not only fitted some speakers, but done some sound deadening as well, and hopefully removed some squeaks as well. I'll give you a demonstration of what it sounds like. Do bear in mind you're likely to be listening to this through a phone, so it's not going to be sounding great. What I can say is it is a dramatic improvement on what I had. Like, there seems to be more volume, definitely more bass on the front speakers, which is great. I suppose that's the result I was looking for, with perhaps less rattling of the door, which is great as well. Monitor the situation, because I do have an amplifier in the car, obviously running the subwoofer, and I can add the speakers to that if I feel that I want to get an extra bit of volume or punch. But for the time being, we're going to see how we get on and enjoy what we've done today. Thank you very much for watching. If this has helped you doing any modifications on your cars, by all means feel free to subscribe to the channel, look at the back catalogue of past videos, and I'll see you on the next video. See you later, guys.